The car chugged its way up the winding mountain road, each turn revealing a landscape more blanketed in snow than the last. I stared out the window, a sigh escaping my lips, the weak signal on my phone finally flickering out of existence. This wasn't exactly my idea of a perfect winter holiday. I had envisioned bustling city streets adorned with festive lights, trendy cafes steaming with the aroma of gingerbread lattes, and an endless stream of social media updates to share with my friends. Instead, I was headed to a secluded mountain cabin with my family, a place charmingly described as rustic and off the grid, which to my ears just sounded like boring and no Wi-Fi. The initial hours were just as I had dreaded. The silence of the cabin felt deafening, broken only by the crackling of the fireplace and the howl of the wind outside. I wandered from room to room, feeling a sense of restless isolation. The familiar comforts of my digital life, the constant ping of notifications and the endless scroll of a newsfeed, were gone. I missed the background hum of the city, the feeling of being connected to a world that was always moving, always on. Here, time seemed to stand still. I felt a growing sense of frustration, a disconnect from everything I considered normal. This trip, I thought, was going to be a long, drawn-out lesson in boredom. The charm of the snow-covered pines and the cozy interior was lost on me, overshadowed by the glaring absence of modern convenience. But as the first day bled into the second, something began to shift, almost imperceptibly at first. Without the distraction of screens, I started to notice other things. I noticed the way my dad's eyes crinkled when he laughed at one of my mom's bad jokes. I heard the melody in my little sister's humming as she drew elaborate pictures of snowmen by the hearth. We started talking, really talking. We gathered in the small kitchen, not just to eat, but to cook together. My hands, usually glued to a keyboard, were now covered in flour as my mom taught me her secret recipe for cinnamon rolls. The air filled not with the electronic chime of a phone, but with the rich scent of baking spices and the sound of our collective, sometimes clumsy efforts. We spent an afternoon building a lopsided snowman in the yard, our laughter echoing through the quiet forest. My sister, with her boundless energy, initiated a snowball fight, and soon we were all children again, ducking and weaving behind snow-laden trees, our faces flushed from the cold and the sheer fun of it all. In that moment, chasing my dad with a perfectly packed snowball, I realized I hadn't thought about my phone once. The evenings became my favorite part of the day. We would huddle together on the plush couch, mugs of hot chocolate warming our hands, and simply be present with one another. We played old board games that had been gathering dust in the attic, the competition fierce but friendly. We shared stories, not just casual updates, but deep, meaningful memories from years past. I learned about my parents' first date, a story I'd never heard in such vivid detail. I listened as my grandpa recounted tales from his youth, his voice a soothing balm in the quiet cabin. These weren't curated, filtered moments for an online audience. They were real, raw, and incredibly precious. The flickering firelight cast a warm, golden glow on their faces, and I saw them not just as my family, but as individuals with their own rich histories and dreams. The connection I felt was deeper and more tangible than any virtual link. It was a warmth that seeped into my bones, chasing away the initial chill of my digital detox. I found myself rediscovering the simple, unadulterated joy of human connection, of shared laughter, and of unconditional love. As our holiday came to an end, and we packed the car to leave, I took one last look at the little cabin nestled in the mountains. A sense of gratitude washed over me, so profound it caught me by surprise. The trip I had once dreaded had become a cherished memory, a heartwarming and powerful reminder of what truly matters. It wasn't about the glamorous destinations or the picture-perfect posts. True happiness, I now understood, wasn't something to be found on a screen or in the hustle of the world. It was right here, in the simple, quiet moments spent with the people you love. It was in the warmth of a shared blanket, the taste of a homemade meal, and the sound of a family's laughter filling a silent room. The mountain had been quiet, but it had taught me to listen to the things that mattered most. That winter getaway became more than just a holiday. It was a journey back to the heart of it all, a beautiful lesson that the most profound and lasting joy lies in the simple, irreplaceable gift of being together.